Hello YouTube, this is Lone Pantheist. I'm going to try to upload this video for the fifth time. I keep having technical difficulties, so I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, um, this is going to be a reply to the Pantheism panel, mainly the video CandleLitCommentaries, but also to Imyouandyouareme, as well as Eric Orwoll and Galoxie. I'm very interested in this channel that we're constructing. I do believe that we should probably go at it for the common man's understanding and try to better express pantheism to a more general level, but at the same time give our own perspectives, and then eventually, I mean, we still do Alan Watts's stuff, some of his videos posting up there. Which, by the way, that's a philosopher I have yet to talk about, and it's a person that I do know about. I've watched some of his videos; they are very inspirational. So I have to thank CandleLitCommentaries for mentioning him and bringing him to the foreground of my mind, or the forefront of my mind. Anyway, yeah, I'm kind of tired, so because I've been doing this video or trying to upload this video for the last hour, and it keeps messing up. But anyway. So, yeah, I don't really see our differences in pantheism really all that different. There certainly is more commonality than there is perhaps differences. But, yeah, I do think that I do tend to approach it from a more cultural perspective. And then, of course, I see Galaxy, who's probably the first pantheist I've seen have videos where a pantheist and atheists are arguing. Usually it's always religious crowds like that. I do think that we should do something kind of like that. I proposed the idea of atheist experience, but I think we should be more about informing and discussion and less about belittling and not getting anywhere. Which, I mean, we can't, if you watch the atheist experience, you kind of understand that they really aren't about informing as much as they are about belittling beliefs and stuff like that. And I don't think that's an effective means to get across. I will be more than happy to take people's comments about pantheism, even debate them, but I don't see belittling beliefs as an effective means. I know I used to, um, but that was a long time ago. Now, I watched. I'm going to try to provide a link below to his video, CandleLitCommentaries, Pantheism Panel, where he discussed his background. And there's a lot of similarities. I grew up in a single parent household. I had a friend who grew up in the foster care system. I personally did not, but I did grow up impoverished. Now, so in a way, I kind of can understand where you're coming from, at least from a vicarious standpoint. Um, but yeah, I do see how that can be hard and stuff like that. And I've gone through situations that were remarkably similar. But yeah, once I started seeing myself as a pantheist, I started becoming more content with the world around me. And now everywhere I go, I kind of feel at home, which is awkward, I guess. At least that's how I would thought of myself back in my teen years. But yeah, I do talk a lot about Hinduism, and that's because I grew up in a very Christian majority area, and those who weren't Christian were atheists, and neither of those two really expressed my point of view on things, specifically God and spirituality. And it wasn't until I came across Hinduism that I got the historical foundation to stand on, the soapbox, so to speak, to stand upon and declare, okay, yes, this is what I am. I never really, I couldn't really truly convert to Hinduism because I'm not a vegan. I do eat meat, which is something that you can do if you're a pantheist. And I believe you can also do, now that I've studied more into Hinduism, you can do it if you're a Hindu. It just really depends on which sect you come from. Now, I tried when I was younger, looking into Europe, so like that, but I couldn't find a whole lot of pantheistic beliefs, and I've come to the realization that Hinduism perhaps is probably the oldest living representation of pantheism. Is aside from some tribal beliefs of perhaps the Native Americans or around the world, Hinduism is probably the only one that has over 1 billion people believing in a pantheistic system. that's still around. It's Hinduism, I would say, Taoism, as well as perhaps even Shintoism and Buddhism. We can argue those as well. The East really wasn't as affected by the Abrahamic uprisings as the West was in the Middle East, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I mean, the Roman Empire did convert to Christianity and then plunge Europe into a dark age from which it was unable to get out of for 1,000 years. Yeah. But from a philosophical standpoint, I do believe that perhaps in the past we were a little bit more in tune to philosophy. I watched some of Eric Orwoll's videos, and I do see his point that us saying that this is the best civilization that we've had probably it's very subjective. Are we better at surviving? Perhaps yes, but what are we surviving for is another opinion, or is another outlook or another question that should be answered. What is your purpose for surviving? What's the reason for your survival? And I do believe in evolution, but I think it's very remarkable that life itself has this ability to adapt. And a lot of people say, well, if it didn't, it would have died out. But the very fact that it had this desire to say, hey, we need to change if we were going to survive. The fact that it has this reactionary capability to its surroundings is, in my opinion, it's something that's very mysterious to me. That's something we don't look into all too often. And if science can't figure it out, it's okay to use philosophy, I think. Now, like I said, I do have a love for Hinduism. It's a very beautiful religion. Taoism, CandleLitCommentaries does a lot of great videos on Taoism, by the way. And these Eastern faiths, like I said, they weren't as corrupted, I guess, by the Abrahamic uprising. The Abrahamic faiths, I think, are really not only responsible for the type of definition of God we have, but are also responsible for the atheists, the type of atheists that we have. To be honest with you, the type of atheism that's rising kind of I don't want to say scares me in a way, but it just I don't see the type of mindset that a lot of these atheists are proposing being the great scientific minds of the next generation. I really don't, because a lot of them they're so skeptical that they wouldn't even attempt to bring forth a theory that could not be proven at the time, because they would want evidence for that theory. Well, we got to search for that. Several atheists have criticized the search for other universes, or the multiverse, which technically could be considered the universe. But at the same time, the scientists tested it and everything, and they found the Higgs boson. So they think they found the Higgs boson. So that kind of sort of validates what they were searching for. And I think that an atheistic society, an extremely skeptical atheistic society, would have never made those groundbreaking findings in science that they did. I think a pantheistic point of view would probably be perhaps the best point of view in scientific research. Now, I'm probably gonna cut this video short, but like I said, I'm gonna stick CandleLitCommentaries a link to his video down at the bottom. Last time I had a 10-minute video, and it didn't work out too good. It ended up, well, I had a malfunction, and I lost 10 minutes worth of video. But I'll probably be uploading a part 2 of this to go into more explanations of my past, as well as my beliefs and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't think they're that much different from Imyouandyouareme and CandleLitCommentaries. I'm just coming from a different perspective or vantage point from the same philosophy. But anyway, that'll be all YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and upload this. Look for part 2. And CandleLitCommentaries, Galoxie, Imyouandyouareme, Eric Orwoll. If you want to be a part of this, if you're watching this video, to those who are not already a part of this, if you want to be a part of this, just go ahead and contact them. I will try to stick a link to their videos below. Contact me as well if you want. If you want to be a part of this, I think this is going to be something that could be pretty good. Maybe not big, maybe it will, who knows. But anyway, yeah, that'll be all. Like I said, look for part 2, and have a good night.